Alright, so here's the deal, right? If I'm going to finish the dagger, I need some sort of forge. If I'm going to finish the forge, I need to learn to weld. And if I'm going to learn to weld, the welder has to actually be able to run. And for that to happen, I need to run a new line for 20 amps to go to the garage. See, this is the garage. Ignore the mess, please. Everything runs off of this power strip right here, which runs off of this extension cord right here, which is powered by this outlet right here, which is fed from this breaker right here. You see the little 15 number on it? That's the part that's not working. You can sort of think of amps a little bit like RAM in a computer. It's the amount of stuff you can do before you start breaking things. Luckily, this house was remodeled by a complete gorilla who ran EMT conduit across the back of the house. So what I've got to do is replace one of these spare breakers from the AC that we took out, and then run a wire through this pipe. It goes up there, and it runs all the way down there. Here, I've got to split the pipe and run my own pipe down and over to the corner, shoot it that way, and then come up and go into the garage. That pipe should come through about there, and I'm going to run it across the top of the beams and put an outlet right there, which will be my 20 amp source for the garage. And then I think I'll put a little power strip on the bottom. This is all your fault. Get this bread, boys. Well, I may have dented that pipe slightly and made a mockery of myself and my entire trade, but my math, spot on. Don't judge me here. Hear me out. I should probably lose my electrician's license, or any chance of ever getting it, for what I'm about to do here. So basically, I'm gonna, sorry, let me get that under control. What I'm going to do is cut this box so that the T can run inside of it. This is what we call a hack job. See, I thought I was going to be able to pull these wires out a little bit, cut them, and then replace this T with a box. Well, there's no slack whatsoever on these wires, like none. Well, let's get this over with. Well, call me crazy, but I don't think that silicone is going to work. Now we got to get that wire into the pipe. Now usually in the electrical trade we use a little mouse to get in there, but the smallest pet I've got is one of these. I don't think that's going to work. So in lieu of the standard wire pulling mouse, hey Fritz, buddy, I got a favor to ask. Could I borrow my...
Just for us.
You wish to borrow my adorable hamster for who knows God what? Now if you'll excuse me, I must do some hamster stuff with my Eek. Isn't that right, my Eek? Yeah, you're so excited.
Please.
Levi, I'll have to get back to you. We have fun things to do. Alright. Now, if you'll excuse me, little buddy, you go in there. Yeah, you're such a good little buddy. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
Alright, we'll figure something else out. So, it's 95 degrees. Here's the plumber. Camera was overheating, and so was I, admittedly. One advantage to using that bit of footage, though, that I don't have to mark this video for having gratuitous amounts of flowery language. Because good lord, that was a pain in the butt. Especially there. I don't even think the wire pulling mouse or Fritz's microwave hamster could help me there. It just wasn't so hot. Alright, first and foremost is to pull a permit with the city. Just kidding. No one cares about that. Now, if your panel wasn't put together by monkeys, it probably has a ground bar and a neutral bar. Get the dead front on, and now we turn away and flip the panel, and hopefully nothing explodes. Alright, it is the next day. Let's get to weld. No, wait, we can't weld yet. I gotta change my oil. Okay, now let's weld stuff. The one thing in welding that I was absolutely the most excited about was this. And it is just as satisfying as I thought it would be. I just need to add the Iron Man visor closing sound. I'm a little worried about the arc from the welder damaging my camera in some way, so we're just gonna move the camera back a little bit here. I'll just cut this part out. Alright, maybe we can move it a little closer. One thing I'm noticing that I hadn't really even taken into account is that I'm kind of almost losing my balance a little bit. Not like I'm about to fall over, but just that I'm swaying back and forth slightly. And that's making it really hard to maintain my stick out length. It's just because you can't see. You can really only see the arc and a tiny space around it once that arc starts through the helmet. So what I think I'm going to try to do is reposition my workpiece so I can get an elbow down on the bench. How did this happen? Here I am just practicing welding and somehow it turned into this. Good thing the fall extravaganza is coming up, otherwise there'd be absolutely no excuse for welding together horrible things like this in my garage. As crude as these welds look, they are a lot better than my initial ones. So, I think between this and the forge that I'm building, I should gain enough confidence in welding to go back to working on the dagger. Still scared though. I hope you enjoyed this weird kind of mess of a video. But if you didn't, good news, the next video will be absolutely nothing like it. So see you there. I'll be around later.
Alright, come here. Come here. I'm done torturing you. I'm sorry.